Yes, you can root roses in your backyard, and I'm going to show you some plant propagation proof right now in this video. This proof comes from a so-called black thumb gardener down in Australia. We've been having some correspondence back and forth over like a year now, and she has been desperately trying to propagate roses of her mother-in-law's that her husband wants to continue on in the family. So it's going to be late fall here and the weather's rainy and a little bit nasty, but down in Australia, they're just cranking up for springtime, and they are probably having the time of their lives, while we in the US and Northern Hemisphere in general are getting to be fairly miserable and missing our blooms. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to read to you the correspondence that me and this Australian black thumb lady had back and forth with each other and show you guys that there's proof. Now, she did send me pictures along the way, so I'm going to be posting these pictures as I read this so you guys can see her journey. I thought it would be fun to kind of follow her journey and see where she went with this, and you won't believe how successful she was with this in the end, and it's proof for you guys that this stuff works. And then I'm going to include a link down below in the description to what I think is my best rose propagation video that just includes everything that I've done with rose propagation. It may not be the one you think it is, but go check it out. We'll see. All right, so this came from a lady named Kelly. She said, "I just wanted to thank you for all the wonderful information you share." Thanks, Kelly. "My mother-in-law recently passed away, and she was always happiest in her garden, especially with her roses. We had someone come from our state rose society to prune and try to strike the roses for us, hoping to grow our own to remind us of her. Unfortunately, none of them took. We had over 70 and followed everything you said to do. I was heartbroken knowing the house was going to be sold and rented out by the new owners. The garden would die off." This sounds desperate. "I found your videos, and with a bit of excitement and a lot of terror, I began my gardening journey. I am notorious for killing plants. My husband thinks I could kill an artificial plant," with a big smiley face. "Some of the cuttings are now 3 weeks old and producing new growth. Yay! They all look healthy. So far, so good. What is even better is that it gave me confidence to dig up, divide, take cuttings, save seeds of all her other beautiful plants." That's awesome. "Nothing has died yet. Some of the plants I did a few months ago, so I'm very proud of myself. I used to hate gardening. Now I am loving it so much that we are in the process of building a vegetable patch, and my favorite Christmas present was a glass house. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for giving us hope that we could actually do this. We will keep being attentive to the cuttings and keep our fingers crossed that those lovely roots are growing. Please keep doing you and inspiring plant-jaded people like me. Cheers, Kelly." Now that was written to me back in, I think, February or January of 2024. Here was my response. "That's so awesome to hear, Kelly. You don't know how good it felt to read your note and hear about you starting to have some success with your family's roses. I'm glad you didn't give up. Sounds like you got the bug and you've turned into quite the plant lady. I hope you find all the success you deserve. Have fun." She wrote back just a couple days later, "I need some advice, please. A couple of the roses are starting to produce leaves through the top of the bottles." Now, I'm going to show you a picture that she sent me of the rose growing out of the top of her bottle. "We're at the end of summer, but still we'll get temps up to 40 degrees Celsius for the next month." Now, I don't generally do the Celsius thing in my head, but I think that's somewhere around 100 degrees, something like that. "What should I do with them? I have include a couple of photos." So she's already got these things to root, and now we've got the 2-liter soda bottles on, and there's new growth sticking out above or through the 2-liter bottle, and it's hot, and she wants to know what to do because we don't want to cook these things. I wrote back, this was like another week or two later, "Sorry for the delay. You can start transitioning the plant to less humidity and get the bottles off. They look great." Now, I'm writing to her in March. Like, it's still cold and rainy around here, so it's kind of fun hearing from people down in Australia or even South Africa at times, New Zealand, who are doing all this stuff, watching my videos and asking for advice. It kind of keeps me going a little bit through the winter, too. Anyway, she comes back and says, "Thank you. Then, months later, in August 17th, 2024 to be exact, she writes, so this is kind of cool. I get to follow along and see how she's doing with all this. Hi, Mike. It's the end of winter here in Australia. And it's the end of winter here in Australia in August. It's the end of winter here in Australia. That's just strange to us up here in the Northern Hemisphere. And I bought some bigger pots to repot the roses ready for spring. Oh my Lord, the root systems on them were amazing. I only lost 3 of the 23 cuttings I took, but 6 of them I still have in bottles, as they seem to be very slow, even though they are still green. And then she sends me pictures of all of these roses. I'm posting them now, or as we're talking here, so you can see what all those look like. And to me, they look absolutely amazing. This is really cool. I wrote her back a couple days later, or the next day. They look amazing. They'll take off when the weather warms up. Great job, and thanks for sharing. Enjoy your spring and summer. So she was just heading into her summer at that time in August. Okay, so that was August of 2024. Now, all this time has gone by, and I hadn't heard from her. It's fine. We've all got things going on in our lives. Calm down a little bit. She was excited. It was heading into summer. She had a lot going on in her life. Anyway, I just heard from her November 1st, just a couple days ago here, 2025. So it was over a year. All of a sudden she says, 20 out of 23, all flourishing this year, 18 months after taking the cuttings. I share your links with so many people because your methods are just so well explained. You actually have no idea how you have touched us by freely sharing this. My mother-in-law's house is only around the corner, and it's heartbreaking to see her once beautiful garden dead and dying. That is hard. But my husband is just devastated. Wait, there's a but. I'm sorry, sir. When he goes into our backyard and sees the roses growing, blooming, it brings so much joy knowing he has these bushes that his mother tended with her own hands. So they drive by his mom's house all the time. They see that the new people have let the whole garden just completely die off, which is devastating. But he was able to save 20 out of 23 of them, or the black thumb, was able to save 20 out of 23 of them, and they're now growing in their own backyard. So that is fantastic, and she sent me a picture along with it that just blew my mind, and I thought, this is really cool, and I'm so happy for these people. I said, and here's the picture as I read. I said, that is absolutely fantastic, and I love hearing this. Thank you for sharing. Would you mind if I ever use this photo and your story in a video? She wrote right back, go ahead. I don't have a problem at all. It's not just roses I propagate now, LOL. And I rarely ever have plants die on me. Amazing, since I used to be called Black Thumb, and people would only ever buy me fake plants. Well, Kelly, I am so happy for you. You are no longer a black thumb. I dub you a green thumb gardener. Anyway, I thought that was great. I really appreciate you let me follow along your little journey down in Australia over the last year and a half. It was a lot of fun reading this. It's so cool for me. I get a lot of joy out of, I share some of these videos years earlier, and people watch them, and then they take these methods, they use them, and they go on to create beautiful gardens at their place. And nothing makes me feel better when I see these comments from you guys and the pictures. I love pictures. I'm a visual guy. And so I want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing them with me. I really enjoy it. And I hope you guys can go on and enjoy your garden for many, many years to come. So there it is. Proof, guys, because I get comments from people and they say, I think this guy cut this video up. There's no way that rose cutting he stuck is the same one that rooted, or, which is kind of funny because the one that rooted obviously rooted. But I get that from people. Or they'll say that the leaves on that particular cutting look different than the one I saw him stuck. There's no way this is real. Here it is. Here's proof. And it's not coming from me. It's coming from somebody else on the other side of the world. So there you have it. You can root rose cuttings in your backyard. It is totally possible. And she got 20 out of 23 of them to root. So amazing story. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this little testimony here. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to follow along. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.